Ben Simmons received a ton of flack due to his underwhelming performance against Atlanta in the Eastern Conference semifinals. And while I'm sure many of you have heard very base level analysis of Ben's flaws, I'm here to tell you my personal problems with his game. In all of these clips, you should see a recurring theme. Ben takes the ball up, passes away, and immediately runs to the short corner. He has proven to maintain this baleful practice throughout the entirety of the season, and in short, it ruins spacing for guys like Embiid and Tobias Harris to truly attack the paint. And to stay on the theme of offense, he's also a below average finisher for someone of his size and stature. He holds a 66% rim field goal percentage, but being that he's a 7-foot point guard who primarily takes shots on mismatches on smaller defenders, it's just not super impressive to me. He hasn't really perfected any kind of post game, and he has very little sustenance in his scoring game aside from transition buckets. My biggest argument against his offensive game is his incredibly overrated quote-unquote playmaking, which isn't even really playmaking, it's simply being the beneficiary of a system that simply rewards him for being the starting point guard. Design plays are ran through him to give him very easy reads to 40% three-point shooters on the perimeter, or rather to Embiid on the low post. I very rarely see him making advanced reads outside of the game plan. Now, I won't dwell on his shooting or lack of a jump shot because quite frankly, it's a tired argument. It's been years, and if anything, his shooting has regressed, so it's apparent to me that he will not be shooting from range anytime soon. Now, I'm not going to sit here and dwell on his defensive game too much because, point blank, he is a good defender and he probably will end up winning a Defensive Player of the Year in the near future. However, I don't really think that he is the most impactful defender for his team because I think guys like Matisse Thybulle and even Joel Embiid are just simply much more impactful defenders. And my only 2 points of concern with his defensive game are as follows. One, despite the notion that he can guard 1 through 5, he really simply gets bullied by bigger forwards and centers, and he allowed 63.4% of shots within 6 feet and 66% of shots at the rim. And number 2, this is a smaller sample size, but he does not really play well against good pick and roll guards and pick and roll players in general. And an example of this is from what I saw from him against Trae Young. He has a very difficult time guarding guys off screens, and he often gets demolished by hard screeners such as Clint Capella, Rudy Gobert, etc. Now, these are basically all my issues with Ben Simmons. Feel free to let me know if you agree or disagree. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.